This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a route planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Marcus Bil. Yo, what's up? We're now at home and behind me here you see MG Marvel R. This is the performance version with triple motor. I'm going to show you some of that awesome tech, maybe a little over-engineered, we'll see. But, well, and also 2-speed gearbox. I can actually feel the gear change. But okay, so in this video we're going to do a range test. It's a weird starting position because I start a little bit late today and I just have to finish this before it gets too dark and late, so that's why we are starting here. I will explain now. It should be good enough anyway. So we have charged the car to 100%. Also, this car charges kind of slow to 100%. That's why I don't feel like doing it at dark. So voila, look at this. Huh? Look at the back. Well, I have actually have child seat, or maybe Isofix base in the back here, but that doesn't matter too much. Adds a little bit of weight, but okay. So yes, the Marvel is different. Actually more expensive but better than the ZS EV. Yeah, and you see we are here. Normally we would start from Dal and we would drive this route, but I figured that we have tailwind today. We have slight uphill, that's fine, but the uphill, the tailwind part kind of counts for the uphill part, plus we have to drive a little bit slow in the beginning, and then we're going to cruise at 90. So we would now measure all the way from here to Rudshøgda and back to Dal, and it's supposed to be 230 kilometers. We'll also check for distance error. And then the car has been charged to 100%. Here, it claims 280 kilometers. All right, I heard that this car is thirsty. We will see, I guess. We are on the move now. So, wow, you know, the ride here is way better than ZS EV. We have 2.8 meter wheelbase. That's 22 centimeters longer than ZS EV, and the whole car here is also longer than ZS. But yes, so right now I cruise at 90. Oh, what the heck, you can't see the trip meter. I forgot something at home, so I had to go back for it. So I drove, let's say, 200 meters extra then. So we have to also take that in account. But yes, you will see something weird here. This car will not show you higher than 30 or not higher than 300 watt-hour per kilometer. Wait, have we seen that before in a Chinese car? Okay, but I have to say, the MG Pilot works remarkably well, especially compared to the Hongxi I tried recently. And also, okay, I don't go too fast now, but even if I hammer it way over the speed limit in these curves, this car will not slow down. So I feel like the MG Pilot here is way better than the ZS. Hopefully the new ZS also has this improved one. So really, really good how well it works. Yeah, on that, I have to say, man, the infotainment here is super laggy. Like sometimes I press something. Okay, now it works, of course, when I want to demonstrate. I press something. Wait, didn't I press it? Yeah, it's super laggy, or it doesn't react, or it doesn't respond to my click. So, wow. Okay, whatever. So now we just have to get out of this area and get to the more empty north part. And interestingly, this Marvel does not have those physical air vents you can move around and adjust. You have to do everything in the screen. It's like Model 3 style. But one annoying feature is that I have it here so it doesn't blow me in the face all the time, but it tends to reset to, man, the responsiveness on this screen is just ridiculous, man. Yeah, it tends to reset to this setting. Like I change, or I just change mode or something. I don't know what the heck it's doing, and then I have to set it to this one, this one here. Yeah, I have to press really hard. Like with this car, you have to like this. Yeah, then it works. Right, check this out. I get sun right there, right? Okay. Booyah! This car can actually extend the sun visor. Not many cars can do that. The Korean cars can. Tesla Model 3, Model Y can do this, but most cars I try nowadays, they can't do this. This is actually very convenient now that I get sun. I can just, because normally you have it like this and then sun still shines in my face, but I can just adjust it perfectly fine. You don't understand the point of this until you tried it. Okay, I find this a little bit weird because you see here, we have the trip meter here on the left side and then music info here on the right side. But when you look at the steering wheel, the controls for the music is on the left side, and then to control the trip meter, whatever, you do it on the right side. So I find myself, you know, almost trying to press something here to change the music. When I was like, oh no, wait, you have to do huh? And you can't switch on the display here, as far as I know. So, I mean, for most people, it's probably totally natural. You press here to do something there, and you press here to do something there. But for me, this is kind of weird design. All right, let's see. Front axle. 120. Wow. Wait. No. 1,000. All right. Whole car. 100. Okay, that's legit. It's actually fairly light. Yo, what's up? And how's Mjøsa today? Oh, let me see. We're supposed to have tailwind. Well, it's fairly calm here. Okay, still lots of traffic. There's an EV6 with an ugly butt. But nice weather, except for that we are kind of late now. It's almost 7, so we just harvest on the sun for a little bit before it gets dark and colder. You see, it's kind of cold today, 15 degrees Celsius only. Consumption so far is 186. That's not too bad. Yes, not too bad. Well, or actually, is it? Given the size of this car, it should be something like 150 watt-hour per kilometer. So, yeah, for example, a Tesla, even a Model Y, which is even bigger, would probably consume around 150, 140. Let's say 150 then, worst case today. Because here's the energy flow screen. You see that this car is equipped with 3 motors, and the weird thing is that, well, assuming that you can see closer, it actually represents what it's there. So you see that the front and the rear left motor is bigger. They're actually the same size than the rear right. So I also look in the spec sheet. Yes, it's true. It's like this. And then the rear axle has the 2-speed gearbox. And I see now he's using 1 motor only. Okay. But if I give a little bit more juice, let me see, I try to accelerate more. There, suddenly it uses both rear motors. And then sometimes, I guess when we go uphill maybe, so there's an uphill coming. Okay, let's see what happens now. We need more power suddenly. Will it resort to the front motor also? Wait, actually, it's not. Okay, so you see it's doing this kind of logic. What if I disengage? There's the regen goes on both motors in the rear. And then if I accelerate again, there, now suddenly we have all 3 motors. So it's some kind of logic here. And also, why do they have different sizes on the rear axle? I read that it's something to do with, they have different types. So I guess different properties, efficiency versus, I don't know, power or instant torque or something. Yeah. And also when it comes to the gear shift, I can feel that it tries to, I think it shifts gear roughly between 70 and 90 kilometers per hour. So I'm not sure what kind of gear we have right now. You see, there are more stuff here. This is a power meter. Here we have the voltmeter. Wait, what? The voltmeter and the ammeter. Oh, the ammeter. Okay. Freaking Chinese translation, man. And the motor speed, yeah. So it would be interesting to try to see, because the motor speed, the RPM here should change once the gear changes, right before and after the gear change threshold. Okay, let's try to coast now. Let's see. I had to wait for the power to... There's 0. Wait, 1. Wait, it won't go to neutral. This is weird. Oh yeah, I was in cruise control. My bad. Some cars will actually go straight to neutral, even in cruise control. Okay, so he's picking up a little bit of speed. Not much. Wait. We have... There's almost no wind here. So I don't think we have any tailwind or headwind, advantage, disadvantage, anything like that. But I'm actually quite surprised that this car doesn't pick up much speed at all when going downhill. Most cars, they will hit 120, or at least 110. Yeah, like some of the good cars, they will hit 120 kilometers per hour and actually beyond. But here you see that we can barely hit 110 kilometers per hour. So I suspect that the drivetrain resistance or drag or something or efficiency here is quite poor, and that's the reason why this car has somewhat poor efficiency compared to other cars. So we'll see. You see, this is just like the max speed, okay, but we can wait until we hit 90 kilometers per hour and I have to engage cruise control again. Let's see when that happens. Pretty much right around here. Okay, that's it. Wow. Yeah, many cars like the MEB cars I tested, but the i4, BMW i4, you would hit 90 kilometers per hour again actually before the exit. So this one here, I don't know, man. It has triple motor. It does some ninja dance between the motors. It has 2-speed gearbox, but over-engineered much, huh? And it's not even German. German cars tend to be over-engineered. So this Marvel R has Bose sound system, and it's supposed to be quite good according to the manufacturer. So let's test how it is now. So I have high-quality music on USB stick. Okay, this one you're gonna listen to the bass. Oh, fairly punchy bass. But you know what? It has only a 13 centimeter subwoofer in the back, and actually the mid bass in the doors, they are 16.5 centimeters. So that's kind of weird. The subwoofer is smaller than the mid bass. Okay, maybe it's long throw subwoofer. That could be it. It lacks that deepness. Wait, is it doing that shit again with the... let's see. Yeah, what the heck? Ah, freaking... the HVAC system is going back to some default settings. I have to keep... It keeps setting it to some whatever. It has a life on its own. The whole system is getting very annoying. I also have to tell you that I was listening to some music, and when I pause like this and then I unpause or do something, it tends to bug, so that I'm in a current folder, right? With some, I have a folder with test music, and then suddenly it seems to just go out of that folder and start playing from the whole library, whatever you can find on the USB stick, because I have the same song in several different folders, and it kept playing the same song over again when I skipped them. Like, huh? What? You know? So I have to say the software here is kind of shit. Why is it that every time I test Chinese cars, the software is shit? Okay, anyway, on with the test. This is exactly what I've been talking about. I wasn't supposed to play that song. It's a... Okay, go back to the music test folder. Jesus, man. Oh, okay. This one was supposed to be the song I'd play. Okay, fairly clear. Good crisp sound. Good stereo perspective. Wow, that's crisp. I always listen to that. That's a crispness. I like it. Bass here sounds also okay. Okay. Oh, next song. Oh, Arctic Circle song. This one I'm gonna listen also to the whole everything, but also the bass. There's a deep bass that goes in different tones. Yeah, you get some vibes, you get some chills up your spine. I know. We'll go to the Arctic Circle next year, or maybe by the end of this year. I would say nice bass. Just lacks that deepness. But I'm listening to the linearity here. So it comes in different tones. I feel like it's not 100% linear, but fairly linear. What's up with the HVAC system again? Let me see. It reset to the freaking... Dude, because it blows in my face now. It's a little bit unpleasant, so I have to reset to not blow in my face. Come on, stop doing that, man. Jesus, next song.
Won't you let me dream that you might again?
All right, pleasant, I like it.
Just one day.
Okay, next one. This one, let me see, can I skip a little bit? Okay, now let's let it play. I feel like it's very crisp treble. Almost too crisp. And you know, the voice of this guy. No, what happened there? I could have sworn I changed the volume. I could have sworn I tried to change the volume, but maybe there's just a design on the buttons, but this has happened before. I meant to change the volume, but then for some reason I actually changed the song. But the voice of this guy feels a bit unnatural. It's mainly the treble that is a bit too sharp, maybe. Yeah, maybe they tuned the speak or the whole system to kind of mask imperfections in the sound system. That could be it. Next one. Okay, this one I'm gonna listen to bass. Actually, the mid bass in the doors. And normally some cars they will rattle in the doors. I'm gonna check out this one. Okay. A little bit of rattling. Yeah. Yep, okay. This one has it also. That was the last one, right? Yeah, okay, that was the last one. So, how should I rate this system? It lacks several things. It sounds fairly good. I think I will give it a 5. That's it, 5. So, I mean, not the worst, but also not the best. But man, I gotta say, is it only bad things about this car? No, you know, I'm quite impressed with the soundproofing here. I also did some measurements, and it's actually very, very good. And also here, we have double glazed window. Okay, not in the back, but at least here, and maybe the front is also acoustic glass. But that alone doesn't help, because also Tesla Model 3 has double glazed window, but also probably better soundproofing in the doors and everything. And also when we are in tunnels, I feel like it's also fairly silent. So that one is good. We are now at Circle K, Dal. You see, normally I would measure the distance up there, and it's around 200 meters from here, there and over here. So we can say that, okay, we can just say that 228 here versus 228.6 versus 230. That's 0.6% under-reporting. Okay, so I guess we will do 9994, right, for the 1,000 kilometer challenge. Okay, but you see, I've been driving now for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Oh, look at that consumption. Ooh, well, okay. So now I'm just gonna have to go to the restroom. Oh, we are almost done now. So we're down to 7% battery left and 22 kilometers of range left. And then we are 10 kilometers away from Dal. So I switch off HVAC now just to be on the safe side. Yeah. So, well, hopefully we can make it back there. We don't have to bail out at Nebbenes. So we're passing by Nebbenes right around now. But you see, earlier today, it could seem like we can go 400 kilometers. Now it's not possible. Also, consumption has gone up a little bit now towards the end. So it's 184. It was 180 earlier. I think we have some headwind. Yeah, that's probably it. Probably wind from the south now. Oh shit! This is the scary part. It just says low battery. Please, at 6%, we then don't have any indicated range. Okay, so we are kind of in the dark now. Can we make it? Can we not make it? We still have 8 kilometers left and uphill before Dal. But it has similar behavior as the other Chinese cars, also ZS, which is that, okay, even though you don't have indicated range, you can still kind of trust the percentage. So it's probably not going to run out of juice with 5% left or something like that. So let's just hope that doesn't happen, that we don't run out of juice, because then I need to be rescued today. We're back at Ionti. We made it here with 4% left. So yes, we're going to look at the stats. I will calculate everything. Now we're just charging up a little bit. Okay, getting 78 kilowatt. Okay, 79. It's going up a little bit, maybe because of voltage going up. So it's supposed to take around 82 kilowatt max. So for a car in 2022, that's kind of slow. You would expect at least 100 to 120 kilowatt with the 70 kilowatt hour battery. So yeah, you know, that's kind of funny because Chinese cars, they tend to charge somewhat slow compared to the Western cars. But where do the Western cars get the batteries from? China! We're on the move now, so yes, that took a while to charge up the car. I had to charge enough, so in case there will be Ladestau on the way back, then I can just go straight home. But you see, just like in the 90 test, and the car refuses to show you more than 300 watt-hour per kilometer. Who knows, it could be 450 right now. So yeah, that would be interesting during 1,000 kilometer challenge, if it counts correctly. And then it seems to not be too strict about the speed. You see, it goes a little bit below the 121, and then it goes sometimes above the 121. So, well, at least all the traffic is clear now because it's past 11 at night. So we'll just drive a shorter loop now, 66 kilometers to Strandlykke and back again, just to measure the consumption. Wow, I have to say, man, even at 120 kilometers per hour, it's very nice and quiet in here. So you see, the Chinese people, they're really good at copying stuff. And it seems like they might be able to master to copy German car manufacturers' soundproofing. Yes, that's awesome. Okay, in about 8 more kilometers, we'll turn around. But look here. Okay, it's 11 degrees Celsius outside, but look at the consumption. Damn! 290 watt-hour per kilometer. What the heck? I mean, I can understand if it's a big car like a Hongqi, but this is a tiny Marvel. It's like the size of an e-Niro, maybe slightly. Yeah, or think about that. Yeah, slightly like e-Niro or like smaller than a Model Y. Why is it using so much? Oh shit! Seems like when they copy the German car manufacturers' soundproofing, they also happen to copy the thirstiness of a fat e-tron. We're on the way back now. So, how are the motors working now? Well, it seems like we have higher load on the return because we have headwind. So it's actually using all 3 motors. But now we go to a little downhill. I think when the power need is lower, then it will actually cut out the right rear. There. Yeah, this is what I saw on the way, before the turnaround point. So, yeah. Interesting. It prioritizes use the 2 larger motors rather than the smaller one. You would think that the smaller motor is more efficient, right? Guess not. The headlights look really good now. Look here. Boom! So that's a big improvement over the ZS EV. Yeah, that one had really poor halogen headlight, but this is really, really good. I need to test it on a regular test stretch. And MG, they say that these are some matrix headlights. Maybe there's a matrix of LEDs here, but they don't do any adaptive stuff. At least I tried it. Even on auto, it's just on off. But yeah, way better high beam. Okay, too much traffic. I can't show you right now. If you want to know more, you have to look at the dedicated headlight test. I can show mine more. Boom! Ooh, nice and fairly strong. Good spread also. Right, we're back at Ionti. So this time we managed to use 286 watt-hour per kilometer. Well, corrected is 284, slightly better. But okay, it was cold-ish at night, but you know, the car this size shouldn't use more than maybe 250 worst case, since it's a legacy automaker, not 280. So I wonder why this car is so thirsty. Okay, it's a performance version, but it has only 288 horsepower. So it's not like something with, let's say, 500 horsepower, you know? So, well, okay. But now you guys see the result, that the range here is not that impressive. many other cars will beat the range. e-Niro will beat the range. I think maybe e-Niro is quite comparable since it has similar price and similar size. But okay, e-Niro is not all-wheel drive triple motor, but still, I guess people who are buying cars in this class, they might not care too much about the power, since it's less than 300 horsepower anyway. So yeah, but I don't know, maybe I'm just lost. Yeah, but I think that's it. Really, the weirdest thing about this car is that it is so thirsty despite being kind of small. But also I discovered that it seems like we have 69.7 kilowatt hour net capacity here. So that means that actually what is written on EV database is incorrect. But however, I should give kudos to EV database, because for the most time the EV database data are very correct. I also try to double check myself when I look at stuff there, like, huh, really? And then I Google on the manufacturer's data, and it turns out to be correct. But I guess this time it ain't correct. It's supposed to be actually 70 kilowatt hour net capacity, which means that the gross capacity on this car, or this battery, should be maybe 75 kilowatt hour, wild guess. Yeah, unless the trip meter is lying, that could also be the case. So the only true way to do this is to actually look at the charging session that I recorded to 10 to 90% charging session, and we can look there and try to guess how many kilowatt it will be if it minus a little bit of charging losses. But yes, what do I think about this car in general? Well, it's still better than the ZS EV, but it's also 100k NOK more expensive than ZS. But of course, you don't have to go for the triple motor. You can go for the rear-wheel drive, which is actually a dual motor rear-wheel drive. Yeah, you will just have the gearbox, the 2-speed gearbox, and the large and the small motor, and you're just missing the front motor here. But then in the rear-wheel drive, you also get the front, which you don't have here. So maybe the rear-wheel drive is the one to go for. Yes, anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.